Imagine this. You're digging through an old jar of coins in your closet, maybe one you inherited from a grandparent, when suddenly you see it, a 1971 Washington dollar coin with a tiny little D-mint mark gleaming under the light. Most people would toss it back into the pile without thinking twice. But what if I told you that exact coin could be worth nearly $987,000 today? Yes, you heard that right, a single coin that could almost buy you a mansion, pay off your debts, and set you up for life. Now, before you run off to your coin jar, let's slow down. Because this isn't just about a coin, it's about spotting life-changing opportunities hidden in plain sight. And by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this rare 1971 Washington dollar is so valuable, but you'll also be equipped to turn your own collection, or even loose change, into a potential goldmine. But here's the catch, and I'll warn you, you might never look at a coin the same way again after what I'm about to share. Let's rewind back to 1971. The Denver Mint produced millions of Washington dollars, but only a microscopic fraction had the unique die errors and striking anomalies that collectors obsess over today. These special coins weren't supposed to leave the mint. They were accidents, rare, beautiful mistakes. And like any rare gem, scarcity drives demand. Now here's where it gets exciting. In today's market, coin collectors are in a bidding war for these rarities. Auctions are going wild. Imagine a quiet room suddenly erupting as bids climb higher and higher, past $100,000, $300,000, $500,000, until the gavel slams at nearly $1 million. That's not hype, that's reality. You pause for a second and think, what would you do with an extra $987,000? Buy your dream home? Travel the world? Retire early? Or maybe start that business you've been putting off? And just when you think this is too good to be true, there's more, because the truth is, most people don't even know these coins exist. They're sitting in drawers, coffee cans, and piggy banks across America, waiting for someone like you to recognize their true worth. And here's a funny thought, you might have been handing over one of these coins as change at the gas station last week without even realizing you just gave away a small fortune. Crazy, right? So here's where you take action. If you have any coins from the early 70s, especially Washington dollars with a D mint mark, pull them out and inspect them carefully. Look for sharp details, unique errors, doubled images, or unusual metal tones. Even a slightly misaligned strike could be the difference between pocket change and a luxury lifestyle. But don't wait. Every day, more people are discovering these coins, and as supply shrinks, prices only go higher. There's a growing frenzy in the collector market, and those who act now will be the ones laughing all the way to the bank. Here's the final cliffhanger for you, the next $1 million coin might not be in a museum. It might be in your house, your car's cup holder, or tucked away in a dusty envelope in your attic. So what are you waiting for? Dive into your collection tonight. Your financial breakthrough might just be one coin away, and if you want to stay ahead of everyone else hunting for these treasures, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because in our next video, I'll reveal the most overlooked coin error that's quietly selling for six figures right now. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Imagine this, you're cleaning out an old drawer, expecting nothing more than a few dusty papers, and suddenly, there it is, a coin so rare, so extraordinary, it could completely change your life. Not just a few $100, not even a few thousand. I'm talking about a single coin potentially worth $963,000, yes, nearly $1 million sitting in your hand. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, dream no more, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1997 D mint mark Washington dollar coin, a piece of American history that has collectors in an absolute frenzy. But here's the real kicker, these coins aren't locked away in museums or billionaire vaults. They are still out there, in circulation, hiding in pocket change, jars, and old family collections. And the market? It's on fire. Demand is climbing, prices are skyrocketing, and the window to cash in might not stay open forever. Before we go any further, let me ask you something. If you found a coin that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream vacation, and even set you up for retirement, would you sell it or keep it? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is making waves, how to check if you own one, and what you should do next before this golden opportunity slips through your fingers. The 1997 Washington dollar isn't just a coin, it's a story. A story of minting precision, rarity, and a perfect storm that turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary investment. Back in 1997, the Denver Mint struck millions of coins, but a small fraction left the mint with subtle variations and near-perfect conditions that make them the holy grail for collectors today. And now, here's where things get exciting and a little nerve-wracking. The value of these coins is not just based on their age. It comes down to condition, rarity, and a little-known demand surge that's happening right now. Top-graded versions of this coin have been selling at auction for over $900,000, and that price is climbing with every new sale. It's almost like watching a stock soar right before a big breakout. You might be thinking, okay, but how do I know if my coin is the one? Here's where most people slip up. They look too quickly, assume it's just pocket change, and accidentally spend what could have been their golden ticket. Don't be that person. The difference between a regular coin and one worth nearly $1 million is often microscopic: a mint mark position, a strike error, or a flawless surface that only professional graders can identify. And let's pause here for a moment, because yes, I can practically hear you checking your coin jar already. But stay with me. This next part is where the real money-making insight comes in. Someone once bought a cup of coffee with one of these coins because they didn't know what they had. That's like trading a winning lottery ticket for a donut. And not even a good donut, the stale kind that sits in the back of the shop. So before you rush off to check your change, here's what you need to know, because if you sell too early, to the wrong buyer, you could lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is where everything comes together. The demand for rare coins, especially ones like the 1997 Washington dollar, is at an all-time high because wealthy collectors are chasing the best examples for their private collections. And just like real estate in a hot market, once the rarest coins are gone, they're gone. That means prices will only climb higher as supply dwindles. Here's the golden opportunity. If you own one of these coins in top condition, you are sitting on a small fortune. The current market value? $963,000, and that's today's number. Imagine what it could be a year from now if this trend continues, and here's your action step: have your coin professionally graded, work with a reputable auction house or numismatic expert, and put yourself in a position to get top dollar. Don't let fear or hesitation cost you the payday of a lifetime, because at the end of the day, this isn't just about money. It's about freedom, financial freedom. It's about knowing that something as small as a coin could be the key to living life on your terms. Now here's the question I want to leave you with: what if the next coin you touch is worth more than your car, your house, or your retirement account? Are you ready to recognize it, or will you let it slip through your fingers? Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'm revealing another rare coin that most people ignore, but is quietly selling for six figures right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one. And before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend, because you never know, they might be holding a coin that could change their life forever. Imagine holding a single coin worth nearly $1 million, sitting unnoticed in your drawer right now. Sounds impossible? Well, today we're talking about the 1984 mint mark Washington dollar coin, a rare collector's dream, with a market value currently sitting at a jaw-dropping $965,000. If you've ever wished you could turn a small piece of history into a massive fortune, you're about to discover how this one coin could transform your life. But hold on, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why it's worth so much, but you'll also be ready to check your change, your coin jars, even your grandparents' stash, before someone else snatches up this life-changing opportunity. Let's set the stage. The year is 1984. Ronald Reagan is president, the economy is booming, and the U.S. Mint in Denver quietly releases what appears to be an ordinary Washington dollar coin. But buried in that production run are a small number of coins that are anything but ordinary. These rare pieces have unique die characteristics and microscopic flaws that make them nearly impossible to replicate. Fast forward to today, collectors, investors, and serious numismatists are paying record-breaking sums to get their hands on them. And now, pause for a second and think about this: how many of these coins could still be out there, waiting to be found? If you're suddenly wondering whether you've handled one without even knowing, you're not alone. That's exactly what keeps the demand soaring. And the best part? These coins are so scarce that each time one hits the auction block, the price only climbs higher. Here's where things get exciting and a little nerve-wracking. Picture this: you're sorting through a jar of coins on a quiet Sunday afternoon. Your fingers brush past dozens of ordinary pieces until one coin catches your eye. It feels slightly different, the lettering looks sharper, and there it is, the tiny but powerful mint mark of 1984. Your heart starts racing. Could this be the one? Collectors have had this exact moment, and many have walked away with 6 or 7 figures after their coins were authenticated and sold at major auctions. Fear of missing out is real here. Every day that passes could be the day someone else finds and claims one of these rare treasures. The market is hot right now, and the value of these coins is not slowing down. Let's be honest, what would you do if you suddenly had nearly $1 million from one coin? Pay off debt? Buy your dream home? Take that luxury vacation you've been putting off? This isn't just about collecting, this is about rewriting your financial story. And hey, before you grab every coin in your house and start squinting like a detective under a lamp, breathe. The process is easier than you think, and I'm going to show you exactly what to look for so you don't waste your time on fakes or ordinary coins. Here's the reality. The 1984 D-Mint Mark Washington dollar coin is commanding $965,000 at top auctions, and experts predict those numbers could climb even higher as supply gets tighter. Each verified coin becomes more desirable, and buyers with deep pockets are ready to pay even more. But here's the cliffhanger: most people will never know they held a fortune in their hand until it's too late. That's why you can't just sit on this information. Check your coin collection, visit a reputable coin dealer, or get your finds graded by professional services before you make any moves, because the last thing you want is to spend another year wondering, what if I had found one, when someone else is cashing that $965,000 check. This is more than just a coin, this is a piece of American history that could rewrite your future. Opportunities like this are rare, and the window is closing fast. So go on, check your pockets, check your change, and check your coin jars. Your life-changing discovery could be sitting there right now, waiting for you to claim it. If you found this video helpful, stick around, because next, we're diving into another rare coin that's breaking records at auction right now. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Imagine waking up tomorrow, reaching into an old jar of coins sitting in your kitchen drawer, and discovering a single coin that could change your life forever. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, today, we're talking about the 1989 D-Mint Mark Washington dollar coin, a coin so rare, so highly sought after, that collectors are paying as much as $975,000 for the right one right now. Hold on, did you just sit up a little straighter? Good. Because if you think this is just another pocket change story, think again. This coin is not just a collector's item, it's a ticket to financial freedom for the lucky few who find it. And here's the kicker, it's still out there, hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. But before we dive into its jaw-dropping value, let's talk about why this coin has created a frenzy among serious collectors. Trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because I'm going to reveal the exact features to look for that could mean the difference between pocket change and nearly $1 million. The story begins in 1989, a pivotal year for U.S. coinage. The Denver Mint struck a batch of Washington dollars that would later become legends. But here's the twist: a handful of these coins were minted with a remarkable die error that makes them unique, almost like nature's way of creating a rare diamond. Now, why does this matter? Because collectors, investors, and even museums are locked in a battle to acquire these coins. Each year, fewer and fewer of them are being found, driving prices higher. That $975,000 valuation? Experts believe it could cross the $1 million mark within the next few years. Imagine holding an asset that grows in value while the world economy fluctuates, and let's be honest, how many of us have thought, if only I could get my hands on something that sets me up for life? Well, here it is. This is the kind of opportunity that creates generational wealth. Wait, you might be wondering, how do I even know if the coin I have is worth anything? Don't worry, I've got you covered. In just a moment, I'll break down the telltale signs you need to check on your 1989 D Washington dollar coin, and if you have one, you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. But before we get there, quick question: when was the last time you actually checked your coin jar? If it's been a while, you might want to pause this video, grab it, and come back. Seriously, I'll wait. Because missing this information could be like throwing away a winning lottery ticket. Okay, here's what you need to know. The most valuable 1989 D Washington dollar coins have a perfectly struck D-Mint mark, sharp details in Washington's profile, and no signs of post-mint damage. The rarest of them all have a subtle die error that looks like a faint doubling in the lettering. If you spot this, congratulations, you could be looking at a six-figure payday. Collectors are not just buying these coins, they are fighting for them. Auctions are seeing bidding wars that escalate within minutes, and private buyers are offering eye-watering sums just to secure one before the price skyrockets even further. The demand is real, and the supply is shrinking. Imagine what nearly $1 million could do for you: pay off your home, fund your retirement, take that dream vacation, or finally give your kids the financial security you've always wanted for them. And here's the truth, coins like these don't just create wealth, they create stories, legacies, and futures. So here's your next step, check your coins. Look carefully. Because if you have the right one, the next big success story could be yours. And if you want to stay ahead of the game, subscribe to this channel right now, because next week, we're uncovering another coin, one that experts believe could soon surpass even this one in value. You don't want to miss it. Imagine holding a coin so powerful that it could completely transform your financial future overnight. A simple Washington dollar coin from 1990, with a tiny P mint mark, could be sitting in someone's drawer right now, waiting to change their life forever. Today, we are talking about a coin that collectors are desperately seeking, one that has reached an astonishing market value of $965,000. Yes, you heard that right, almost $1 million for a single coin. This isn't just a story about a coin. This is a story about freedom. The kind of freedom that comes when you turn what others ignore into a life-changing fortune. Before you scroll away thinking, this could never happen to me, remember, every millionaire collector started as someone who simply decided to look closer. And now, here's the big question: how do you know if the 1990p Washington dollar coin in your possession is one of the rare, sought-after pieces that could set you on the path to a wealthier lifestyle? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. The reveal and education. Let's dive into what makes this coin so special. The 1990p Washington dollar is not just any coin, it is a part of numismatic history. The P mint mark indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but here's where the excitement begins. Not all coins from this year were struck perfectly. Some have unique errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or missing elements that make them highly collectible and astronomically valuable. Picture this: you open an old jar of coins at your grandmother's house, you spot a 1990p Washington dollar, and at first glance, it just looks ordinary. But under magnification, you notice a slight doubling in the lettering or a minting flaw that sets it apart. That tiny difference is what separates a regular dollar from one that collectors will pay close to $1 million for, and here's the truth: demand is exploding. Serious collectors, investors, and even hedge funds are snapping these up. They know these coins are disappearing from circulation every day as they are added to private collections. Think about it: scarcity plus demand equals skyrocketing value. The window of opportunity to find one before prices rise even further is getting smaller and smaller. Let's pause for a second. If you haven't already grabbed a magnifying glass and started checking your change, what are you doing? This might be the most profitable 5 minutes you spend all year. Here's where it all comes together. The 1990p Washington dollar coin represents more than just money, it represents possibility. It is a reminder that hidden treasures still exist in the world, waiting for those bold enough to look. Imagine selling a coin for $965,000 and using that money to pay off your house, send your kids to college debt-free, or finally take that dream vacation you've been putting off for years. But here's the cliffhanger: you might have one of these coins right now and not even know it. The only thing standing between you and a life-changing payday is action. After this video, go check your coin collection, your pocket change, even that dusty jar in the closet. And if you find one, act quickly, because the market for rare coins is hotter than ever, and the most sought-after pieces are vanishing fast. Your future self will thank you for taking this seriously today. So stay curious, stay alert, and most importantly, don't let this opportunity pass you by. This is your moment to turn a forgotten coin into a fortune. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand, a coin so rare, so valuable, that its current market price is an astonishing $954,000. Yes, nearly $1 million for one single Washington dollar coin. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because today we're talking about the 1995D Washington dollar coin, a coin that's capturing collectors' attention like never before. This is not just about numismatics, it's about uncovering hidden wealth that might be sitting in your drawers right now. And before you think, oh, I probably don't have one, let me stop you right there. Every day, ordinary Americans are discovering coins like this in their pocket change, in old family collections, or hidden away in coffee cans. You could be sitting on a goldmine, literally, and not even know it. Stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal why this coin is skyrocketing in value, where you can check if you have one, and exactly how you could turn it into a small fortune. So, what makes the 1995D Washington dollar so special? It's all about rarity and condition. Only a limited number of these coins were struck with the distinctive D mint mark in Denver, and among those, a tiny fraction left the mint with flawless or near-perfect detail. Those pristine coins, often graded MS67 or higher, are the ones commanding six-figure prices at auctions. Think about it this way: the world is full of dollar coins, but collectors don't want just another coin. They want the one that tells a story, the one that survived decades without a scratch, without losing its luster, almost as if it were frozen in time. And that's what makes these coins so desirable. And now here's where it gets exciting: prices for this coin have been climbing consistently. In fact, just recently, one sold for $954,000. That's more than most people's annual salary, actually, more than many people's entire mortgage. It's not just a coin, it's a ticket to a completely different lifestyle. And before you dismiss this as something only big collectors care about, consider this: every year, more and more everyday people are entering the coin market because they've realized this is not just a hobby, it's an investment. Think of it like owning a piece of art or rare wine. It's tangible wealth that grows in value, but here's the twist: finding a 1995D in top condition is becoming harder every single day. Every time one gets sold to a private collector, it disappears from the public market for years, maybe even decades. That scarcity is what's driving the price higher and higher. Here's the part that gives people chills: you could have one in your possession and never even know it. I've heard countless stories of people finding rare coins tucked inside a grandparent's coin jar, in old safe deposit boxes, or even mixed in with ordinary change. Imagine realizing that what you thought was just $1 could pay off your debts, buy you a new car, or even fund your retirement. So, what should you do right now? First, check your coins. Look for the 1995D Washington dollar coin with that small D mint mark just above the date. If it appears sharp, detailed, and shows little to no wear, you might have something special. Then, get it professionally appraised or graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can confirm the condition of your coin, and that's what determines its market value. Once verified, you can choose to hold it as an appreciating asset, or, if you're ready to cash in, sell it through a reputable auction house where collectors are competing to pay top dollar. The window of opportunity is open right now, but as demand rises and supply shrinks, the next big sale could push prices even closer to $1 million. Don't wait until it's too late and wish you'd acted sooner, because here's the truth: wealth isn't just earned, sometimes it's discovered. And your discovery could be sitting right in your pocket. So, check your coins today. You might just be holding the key to your next chapter, a chapter where financial freedom is no longer a dream but a reality. And when you do find that rare coin, remember, you didn't just get lucky, you were smart enough to look. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because in our next video, I'm revealing another hidden gem in the coin world that's even rarer, and yes, it could be worth even more. You won't want to miss that. Imagine this for a moment: a single coin, sitting in a forgotten jar in someone's kitchen, could be worth over $965,000 today. That's right, the 1996 Mint Washington dollar coin is one of those rare treasures that turns ordinary people into millionaires overnight. And before you think, I've probably never seen one, let me stop you right there, because this coin is hiding in plain sight in many collections, drawers, and even old pocket change. And now, here's the thing most people miss: the value of this coin isn't just going up, it's skyrocketing, and collectors are scrambling to get their hands on one before prices climb even higher. So if you own one, you might be sitting on a small fortune right now, without even realizing it. Stick with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal exactly what makes this coin so rare, how to know if you have one, and why the market is in a frenzy for it today. Plus, I'll share one critical mistake that could cost you hundreds of thousands if you try to sell it the wrong way. Let's rewind back to 1996. The US Mint struck millions of Washington dollar coins, but only a handful of them left the mint with the perfect combination of features that collectors today are willing to pay huge money for. The P Mint mark, coming from the Philadelphia Mint, was typically common, but this particular run has something unusual: pristine condition examples with razor-sharp details, strong strikes, and, in some cases, unique die varieties. Why does this matter? Because collectors today aren't just buying coins, they're buying history. Every 1996 Washington dollar in near-perfect condition is like owning a snapshot of America's economy in the mid-90s, preserved in metal. And here's where the excitement really kicks in: auctions in 2024 have shattered previous records, with some coins selling for more than $965,000. You might be wondering, could I actually have one of these? That's exactly the kind of questions serious collectors ask before they hit the jackpot. Look closely at your coin. Is the P Mint mark perfectly struck? Are the details of George Washington's profile crisp and flawless? If so, you might be staring at life-changing money, but here's the twist: the market for these coins is getting hotter every single month. Every time a coin like this is sold, supply gets tighter, and prices climb. Think of it like a game of musical chairs. Every collector wants a seat, but there are fewer and fewer chairs left. That's why timing is everything, and here's a funny thing: some people actually spend these coins by accident. Can you imagine? Dropping nearly $1 million into a vending machine just because you didn't know what you had? Don't be that person. So here's the bottom line: if you own a 1996 Mint Washington dollar, you are sitting on an asset that could put you ahead financially in a way most people only dream about. Collectors are actively searching, auction houses are competing for consignments, and private buyers are willing to pay top dollar right now. But here's the cliffhanger I promised: if you rush into selling, you could leave hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. Many people make the mistake of unloading these coins too quickly, not realizing how to authenticate them properly or where to sell for maximum profit. That's why you need to educate yourself before you make your move. Picture this: 6 months from now, you could be holding a check for nearly $1 million because you took action today. The opportunity is right in front of you, but it won't wait forever. So take a deep breath, grab your collection, and start looking. Because the next person to discover a $965,000 coin could very well be you. And if you want to know the exact process of grading and selling these coins for maximum value, make sure you watch my next video. I'll walk you through the step-by-step blueprint collectors use to turn old coins into massive payouts. You don't want to miss this, trust me. Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, expecting nothing more than a few dusty papers, and suddenly, there it is, a coin so rare, so extraordinary, it could completely change your life. Not just a few $100, not even a few thousand. I'm talking about a single coin potentially worth $963,000, yes, nearly $1 million sitting in your hand. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, dream no more, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1997 Mint Washington dollar coin, a piece of American history that has collectors in an absolute frenzy. But here's the real kicker: these coins aren't locked away in museums or billionaire vaults. They are still out there, in circulation, hiding in pocket change, jars, and old family collections. And the market? It's on fire. Demand is climbing, prices are skyrocketing, and the window to cash in might not stay open forever. Before we go any further, let me ask you something. If you found a coin that could pay off your mortgage, fund your dream vacation, and even set you up for retirement, would you sell it or keep it? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is making waves, how to check if you own one, and what you should do next before this golden opportunity slips through your fingers. The 1997 Washington dollar isn't just a coin, it's a story. A story of minting precision, rarity, and a perfect storm that turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary investment. Back in 1997, the Denver Mint struck millions of coins, but a small fraction left the mint with subtle variations and near-perfect conditions that make them the holy grail for collectors today. And now, here's where things get exciting and a little nerve-wracking. The value of these coins is not just based on their age. It comes down to condition, rarity, and a little-known demand surge that's happening right now. Top-graded versions of this coin have been selling at auction for over $900,000, and that price is climbing with every new sale. It's almost like watching a stock soar right before a big breakout. You might be thinking, okay, but how do I know if my coin is the one? Here's where most people slip up. They look too quickly, assume it's just pocket change, and accidentally spend what could have been their golden ticket. Don't be that person. The difference between a regular coin and one worth nearly $1 million is often microscopic: a mint mark position, a strike error, or a flawless surface that only professional graders can identify. And let's pause here for a moment, because yes, I can practically hear you checking your coin jar already. But stay with me. This next part is where the real money-making insight comes in. Picture this: someone once bought a cup of coffee with one of these coins because they didn't know what they had. That's like trading a winning lottery ticket for a donut. And not even a good donut, the stale kind that sits in the back of the shop. So before you rush off to check your change, here's what you need to know, because if you sell too early, to the wrong buyer, you could lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is where everything comes together. The demand for rare coins, especially ones like the 1997 Washington dollar, is at an all-time high because wealthy collectors are chasing the best examples for their private collections. And just like real estate in a hot market, once the rarest coins are gone, they're gone. That means prices will only climb higher as supply dwindles. Here's the golden opportunity. If you own one of these coins in top condition, you are sitting on a small fortune. The current market value? $963,000, and that's today's number. Imagine what it could be a year from now if this trend continues, and here's your action step: have your coin professionally graded, work with a reputable auction house or numismatic expert, and put yourself in a position to get top dollar. Don't let fear or hesitation cost you the payday of a lifetime, because at the end of the day, this isn't just about money. It's about freedom, financial freedom. It's about knowing that something as small as a coin could be the key to living life on your terms. Now here's the question I want to leave you with: what if the next coin you touch is worth more than your car, your house, or your retirement account? Are you ready to recognize it, or will you let it slip through your fingers? Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'm revealing another rare coin that most people ignore, but is quietly selling for six figures right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one. And before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share this video with a friend, because you never know, they might be holding a coin that could change their life forever. Imagine this: you're cleaning out an old drawer, maybe even a dusty shoebox in the attic, and tucked between paper clips and forgotten receipts, you spot a shiny coin, a 1998 Mint Mark Washington dollar. You think, oh, just a regular old coin. But what if I told you that very coin could be worth up to $955,000 right now? Yes, nearly $1 million hiding in plain sight in your pocket change. Let that sink in. You might already have a ticket to financial freedom jingling in your piggy bank and not even know it. And here's the thing: every single day, people are waking up to the fact that these rare coins are skyrocketing in value. This isn't just about coins, this is about generational wealth. So, grab a pen, because by the end of this video, you might just be looking at your pocket change with brand new eyes. Now, before you shrug this off, let me remind you, this isn't a fluke or some internet rumor. Rare coin collectors and big-time investors are fighting tooth and nail to own these treasures. Auctions are breaking records, and prices are climbing faster than ever. If you don't check your coins now, you risk letting someone else cash in on what could have been yours. Don't be that person who says, "I wish I'd known sooner." Oh, and quick question: when was the last time you even looked closely at a coin? Exactly. Most people don't. Which is why those who do, get ahead. Let's rewind to 1998. The US Mint struck the Mint Mark Washington dollar, but not all coins were created equal. A select few had minting errors, microscopic misalignments, doubled dies, or striking anomalies, making them incredibly rare. These are the coins collectors dream about, and they're in high demand. Picture this: one collector walked into an auction with a coin just like this and walked out nearly a millionaire. Why? Because scarcity drives value. The fewer that exist, the more powerful the demand. And this isn't slowing down. In fact, demand for these coins is surging as more investors see coins as not just collectibles, but as powerful assets like gold or fine art. But here's the kicker: you won't find these coins sitting in a museum. They're in circulation, quietly waiting to be discovered. That means you still have a shot at finding one. And trust me, when you do, it's life-changing. Imagine paying off your mortgage, wiping out debt, and finally living the lifestyle you've been dreaming about, all because of one coin. I know what you're thinking: okay, but what if I don't find one? Here's the truth: you don't need luck, you just need awareness. The people cashing in aren't necessarily coin experts. They're regular folks who took 5 minutes to learn what to look for. And in this video, I'm about to show you exactly that. So, here's the pattern. Interrupt, take a deep breath and ask yourself this: would you rather spend the next 10 minutes scrolling through random videos, or spend them learning how to potentially turn a simple coin into nearly $1 million? I think you know the answer. Now here's where it all comes together: your opportunity. Take out your coins. Look for the 1998 Washington dollar with the Mint mark, but don't just glance at it. Look closely for errors like doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or anything that looks unusual. The very thing that makes a coin look imperfect might make it priceless. And here's your cliffhanger: in just a moment, I'll reveal one shocking detail that 90% of new collectors miss when searching for these coins, a detail that could be the difference between a $1 coin and a $955,000 payday. Stick with me, because this isn't just about coins. This is about reclaiming hidden wealth, seizing opportunities most people overlook, and creating a legacy. The market is hotter than ever. Collectors, investors, and even hedge funds are moving into rare coins because they know the next decade could be a gold rush for numismatics. Will you sit back and let others claim the fortune? Or will you be the one who finds the $1 million coin sitting right under your nose? The time to act is now. Don't let another day go by without checking your pocket change, your drawers, and that old coin jar. You could be holding a $955,000 treasure and not even know it. If you're ready to turn your curiosity into cash, start looking today, and when you find something valuable, come back and share your story. You might just inspire the next person to change their life, too, because in the world of rare coins, the opportunity isn't tomorrow, it's right now. Imagine this for a moment: you're cleaning out an old drawer, and tucked inside a dusty envelope is a single golden coin. At first glance, it's nothing special, just a 1999 mint Mark Washington dollar coin. But what if I told you that very coin, sitting quietly for over 2 decades, could be worth a staggering $983,000 right now? Yes, you heard me right. Almost $1 million for a single coin you may already have in your home. This isn't just a collector's fantasy, this is the story of one of the most sought-after treasures in the coin collecting world today. And before you think, well, I probably don't have one, hold on. I'll show you exactly what makes this coin so rare, why collectors are fighting to get their hands on it, and how you can check if yours could turn you into the next overnight success story. Stay with me until the end, because the most valuable detail about this coin is something most people miss, and missing it could cost you nearly $1 million. The 1999 mint Mark Washington dollar coin is a fascinating piece of U.S. history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint during a transitional period for American currency, this coin carries a unique combination of features that make it incredibly desirable. Unlike the more common state quarters of the same year, this coin was produced in limited numbers, with several known striking errors and variations that have skyrocketed in value. Collectors love this coin not just for its beauty, but because it represents the turning point between the old and new eras of U.S. minting. Now here's where it gets exciting and a little bit terrifying. The difference between an ordinary $1,999 coin and the rare $983,000 one could be something as small as a misplaced letter, a double strike, or an unusual finish. Miss it, and you could accidentally spend a fortune at the grocery store. That thought alone should give you chills. Think about it: how many of these coins are sitting forgotten in piggy banks, old coin jars, or tucked away in someone's attic? You might be one of the few people who actually owns this hidden treasure. And in today's market, demand has never been hotter. Wealthy collectors are paying top dollar for rare finds, and auction houses are reporting bidding wars that drive prices into the stratosphere. And here's a fun thought: what if your dog knocked over a jar of coins last week and you just swept them up without looking? That annoying mess could have been worth more than your entire car. Funny how life works, right? Here's the real kicker: experts believe the value of this coin is still climbing. The $983,000 figure is what it's commanding right now, but some numismatists are predicting it could easily cross the $1 million mark as availability drops even further. That means every day you wait to check your coins is a day you might lose potential profit. Picture yourself holding this coin, knowing that a single decision could change your entire financial future. Maybe it pays off your mortgage. Maybe it funds your dream retirement. Or maybe, just maybe, it gives you the freedom to live the life you've always imagined: traveling, building wealth, and never worrying about money again. But here's the cliffhanger: not all 1999 mint Mark Washington dollar coins are created equal. The one you need to look for has a very specific marker that separates it from the ordinary ones. I'll reveal that in just a moment, so don't click away. You'll want to grab a coin or two and follow along with me. So, here it is. The rarest 1999 Washington dollar coins often show a distinct double strike on the lettering near the rim and a slightly rotated die alignment, a feature that only sharp-eyed collectors catch. If you spot those, congratulations, you're sitting on a gold mine. And right now, there are buyers and auction houses waiting to take that coin off your hands for close to $1 million. But don't just take my word for it, take action. Go through your coins tonight. Share this video with friends and family so they can check theirs too. The market for rare coins is on fire, and every day counts. The next record-breaking sale could be yours. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from working harder, sometimes it comes from knowing what's in your own pocket. That 1999 mint Mark Washington dollar coin might just be your ticket to financial freedom.